Hey, hi, hello creatives, welcome back or to my channel. My name is Lindsay and today we are doing a very fun video that I had so much fun doing the spread and filming this video and editing it even, and this has been so much fun. So my supplies that I'm using that I'll dive into first, a couple of washi tapes. I picked out a textured piece of paper that I'm showing here that I got from, I believe, Shein. I had I'm using this leaf that I picked, that I, put in between two pages in a notebook from last year. I also showed some, what's the word? What is the type of paper? The clear, why do I want to say vinyl? But I know vinyl is not correct. Vellum. A vellum piece of paper that has some dragonflies and stuff on it, a little quote page, and two little quote stickers, and also obviously some magazine photos. This will be a collage art, as I'm sure you can tell from the thumbnail as well as the title of this video. But this very fun video is actually a collab with my friend over at Planning with Bree. I will link her channel up above here, and I will link the video that is in collaboration with this video in the description box. So make sure you go check out her channel and check out her video that I challenged her to use some different materials that she might not be she's familiar with, but definitely getting her to go out of her comfort zone a little bit, and challenging her to do something that I know that she wants more practice of and just doing more often. So I challenged her to do a collage using magazine photos as well as washi tape, where she challenged me to use magazines with no Pinterest photos on both sides. We're not allowed to use Pinterest photos. And it had to be, both of them had to be monochromatic, using only one color as well as black and white. For mine, she challenged me to use a textured item. It could be anything. As you start to see, I'm pulling out some pictures from the magazine, and my color that I'm choosing, if you haven't noticed already, is green. So I'm doing green, black, and white. Our theme, I believe we are doing the same theme, and the theme that we decided on is like the first day, like starting fall and what like a normal fall day. So how I've kind of interpret that is by doing this as a fall mood board, and as like a fall mood board / bucket list of things that things that I want to do this summer things that I want to do this fall, even up until the end of the year, even leading into winter, since winter is only the last couple of days of, in December. So this is just what I decided to do and how I interpret it. I can't wait to see, as I'm obviously recording this voiceover, I've not seen her video yet, and I'm so excited to see it. So again, make sure you check out her channel, check out her video on how she interprets and how she does her page. Yeah, definitely check it out. So diving into mine here on taking you through my thought process a little bit. Like I mentioned, I had so much fun doing this. Normally when I go into a collage art video, I tend to not even look at the magazines or anything beforehand. I just start to open the magazine, pull out stuff that speaks to me, and then go from there. Depending on what types of colors that I'm pulling out is kind of, for the first couple of photos is generally where I take off for the rest of the page. However, because I knew that I wanted this to be, or that the challenge was for this to be black and white, as well as one color of our choosing, and I decided to choose green because I know most of the time you would think that fall would be orange, red, or like a yellow even. And I didn't want to do the traditional photo. I also was thinking, I used, I did it fairly quickly, but as you noticed, I went actually through 3 different magazines, 2 of them being the National Geographic magazines, and then one just in style, some sort of fashion magazine. But when I visualize a National Geographic and like landscaping photos, a lot of them are black and white and then green. So I definitely knew that there would be more photos with the green and black and white. So maybe I kind of hit the easy button there a little bit, but I knew I would have more options. So I actually did, full disclosure, I did start to flip through the magazines and such before starting to film this video, just because I didn't want flipping through the magazines to be a long part of this video. But so yeah, I did look through it beforehand to kind of see, try and get a little bit of a feel of what the page will look like. Honestly, what it turned out to be is not what I technically envisioned it to be like, because I didn't exactly know that these are the exact photos that I was going to use. And even if I knew that these are the photos that I was going to use, I still wouldn't have known that this is how the page is going to look, because I'm never going to know that until I have all of the items in front of me. So I definitely didn't exactly know that this is how the page is going to go. But as I've mentioned in my previous collage art videos, that I always start with like landscape videos landscape photos in the background. So that's what I'm doing here. I knew that, I picked out all of my background photos, and I knew that this is exactly the placement that I wanted to go in. So I can start to kind of say the reasoning of why I picked certain photos. The building that I have on the right side, the black and white building, is just more of a photography, just explore different places, take photos, and, not necessarily photos of people or of my family and my son. It's more so of, taking photos, for my photography hobby. And then I have the monkey here that looks like he's dancing, and it's more of the, dance like nobody's watching kind of, kind of how dance like nobody's watching, but just, don't care what other people think. Like, it's, live your life for you and not for anybody else. And don't worry so much about, what other people think. Like, again, dance like nobody's watching, and, live your life the way you want to, and don't live your life for somebody else or trying to make somebody else happy. Your life is for you. So that's who you need to make a priority and who you need to make happy. And then working on the background photos on the left side of the page, and I always like to do my collage art pages as a double page. I always use both sides. This is just what I use for the majority of my videos, and I just like a bigger canvas, I guess. But anyway, so I chose the youth. I chose to keep youth in that page that I ripped out, which ironically was green. So I pulled out a bunch of stuff that was green and black and white. And youth is more so of, I'm 31 and I'm no longer in my 20s anymore, but I'm still young. It's still my youth. There's still so much life to live. And, everyone gets so caught up in, by 30, they want to have this, and this. And if you don't have those things, then, don't sweat it. Like, you're still so young, and it's just, you're in your youth still. And maybe it's not youth as what some people might interpret it as, but you're still a young buck is what I'd like to say. And, there's still so much life to live. So that's why I chose that. I chose the two polar bears that ironically were in the shape of a heart when I was looking at it. And maybe there's a little bit of brown coloring on that photo, so maybe it's a little bit of cheating. So sorry, Brie, about that. But I kind of, let's just, picture that it's black instead of brown. But that's more of, my relationship with my husband, and not that we are in any sort of, bad place by any means, not even in the slightest. It's just more so of just making sure that we take time for him and myself, of just, doing little date nights at home even, and just, to still put each other first, and, to have our relationship come first, to know that as long as we're happy and fulfilled, that, our son will will feel that happiness and stuff as well. So that's why I chose that. And then as you saw, I just actually cut out the lips of the lady on the right because her lips were red and they didn't go with the color. She has green eyeshadow on, so I thought that that was perfect, but her lips were red, so I cut them out and used a little green splotch of makeup to, replace her lips. So I was able to make do there. I chose this lady with the umbrella because she looks badass. Come on. And more for fashion, to be more intentional. Yeah, that didn't sound right when I first said it, but be more intentional of the things that I wear and the things that I choose to wear so that it reflects my personality a little bit more and, just be fun with fashion. What I'm gluing on right now is one of the textured items that I decided to use, which is just it looks like it's a handmade piece of paper that has some like dried up flowers and leaves in it. And so this is one of the textured items that I decided to use. And so that's, one of the reasons why I decided to choose that. Normally in my collage art spreads, I don't use outside items other than a magazine. So this was really fun to be able to use different things, especially with this quote thing that I'm writing down now. It says, "Better than a fairy tale, tell me a story of heroes and battles." So it's just something that kind of spoke to me, and live your fairy tale, live the life that you want to live, and I always loved the quote of what is it now? Don't live a life that you're excited to wake up in the morning, even during the week, as well as, during the, what am I saying? It's live the life you don't have to take a vacation from. And that is just kind of what spoke to me when I read that little quote there. And so here's my main textured item, which is the leaf that I had from last year that I pressed in between a notebook and dried out. So I'm really happy that I was able to use that in this spread that's like a greeny yellow. And I think it worked out perfect. And I actually, since this lady is holding an umbrella, I actually just tried to replace it with the leaf, which I thought was kind of clever on my part. And then when I was flipping through the magazine, you'll notice that I'm putting down 3 different words right now. And one is live, which seems suiting to put next to my, my dancing monkey. And then I have explore, which because, explore life, travel life, explore, the province or state or, whichever country you live in, and just, explore where you want to, even explore a new hobby, interpret that however you would want to. And that's how I'm interpreting it. Create, obviously, to, be creative. I'm such a creative person, so I just want to make sure that stays alive. The black quote that I put over the lady's eyes on the right-hand side says, "Travel leaves you speechless, then turns you into a storyteller." So when you go places, actually yesterday I just traveled to, not very far by any means, but I took the day off as my friend was visiting from BC, and we decided to take a day trip to travel 4 hours and 15 minutes up north to go to Killarney Provincial Park here in Ontario. And we did the Crack hike. That was absolutely stunning. There was a little bit of a hiccup, kind of RIP my iPhone 12 Pro Max, but kind of got ran over. But anyways, that's a different story to begin with. But we traveled there, and although that it's not necessarily what some people would think as traveling, because we didn't get on an airplane, we didn't, go to a different country by any means, but we still traveled. We went somewhere else from where we live, and we explored a different area of our province. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. So that's why I chose that. And then I added in the 2 pieces of washi tape, and now I'm doing in my final doodles as I normally do. And I am just absolutely in love with this page. I love filling a whole page, and I'm just obsessed with how this turned out. So there's not much left of this video. I'm just gonna do some more quick doodles here, and I just want to thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I hope you visit over on Bree's channel. Again, I'll have it linked in the description below, as well as her video. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the things. And yes, I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye.